One of the most interesting things about the short story lottery is the story behind how it came to be. I played tennis with a group of colleagues from work, and like many people, we joke about becoming millionaires by winning the lottery one day. A while back, when the Powerball jackpot climbed to around $600 million, we each chipped in $1 to buy the ticket. Of course, we didn't win. Since then, we've made it a tradition to buy tickets whenever the jackpot reaches around $600 million. We still haven't won the grand prize, but it has become a fun tradition that gives us something to look forward to. When I was putting together this collection of short stories, I thought, why not write a story about someone who wins the lottery? That's how lottery was born. Of course, the story is much more than simply winning the lottery. The two main characters are Beverly and Yvonne, who were in a relationship for several years. As Beverly's gambling addiction spirals out of control, Yvonne ultimately decides to end the relationship. Readers witness Beverly's life slowly fall apart as her addiction consumes her. Her parents all worry about her, her friends desperately want to help, and Yvonne struggles with the difficult decision to stop lending her money, knowing that doing so only enables Beverly's destructive behavior. Everything changes when Yvonne wins a $1 million scratch-off lottery ticket. The moment Beverly learns about the winning ticket, desperation takes over. Convinced that she deserves a share of the money, she becomes willing to do almost anything to get her hands on that ticket. I hope this story makes you laugh, brings a few tears to your eyes, and then make you laugh again. Beneath the humor and suspense is a story about friendship, family, and the difficult reality of loving someone who is battling a gambling addiction. Can Yvonne still help Beverly before it's too late? Or will Beverly continue pushing everyone who cares about her and spiral even further, especially with a dangerous fellow gambler demanding repayment of the debts she can no longer afford? The story also has touches of crime and suspense that raise the stakes as the plot unfolds. I'll leave the rest for you to discover. I'd also like to share a little behind the scenes perspective about this story. When I first conceived Lottery, it was darker. There's a particular scene where Beverly is searching through the room for the winning lottery ticket. You know exactly which scene I mean when you read the story. In my original outline, Beverly actually encounters Yvonne there. The confrontation ends in tragedy, with Beverly killing Yvonne before fleeing the scene. From that point on, the story would have transformed into a detective mystery with a much stronger crime solving element. However, as I continue writing, the character seems to lead me in a different direction. I realized that I wanted the story to focus less on tragedy and more on redemption, hope, and the possibility that people can still find their way back from their darkest moments. So I gave the story a much lighter, more uplifting tone. Just how happy is the ending? You have to read the story, the story to find out.